Good morning, friends. This is Y with the Bergs Run, and I am going to do another little whip and chat today. And we're going to do some more questions. I hope y'all are enjoying the questions because I am. Like I said, I hadn't read them prior um, to doing this video, so yeah, it's been a lot of fun. It's different, and I'm enjoying it. So. Would you rather live the rest of your life in total sunlight or total darkness? I would have to say that I would want to live my life in total sunlight. Um, Depression could set in the dark all the time. Plus, if there was ever a fear of the dark or anything like that, I had a medical induced panic attack one time while I was in the hospital. And ever since then, I do not like the dark. I don't like it when it becomes nighttime. I just am not a fan of the dark. So I would have to say that I would want to live in total sunlight. My body tells me I'm tired, I'm going to go to sleep. So it doesn't have anything to do with throwing your biological clock off because when I'm tired, and I'll just crash out wherever. So that's not a problem. Plus, you can buy room darkening curtains. So yeah, I would have to say I would rather live in total sunlight. So what's something you only do when you're bored? Something I only do when I'm bored? Oh, I used to be a really bad nail biter. And I mean like a really bad nail biter. And now I only bite my nails when I'm bored. So if you see me, and I don't bite my nails so much as I bite the cuticles. So if you see me biting my cuticles, it's probably because I'm bored. What a crazy thing, right? What's a purchase you made that you immediately regretted? I don't know that I've ever regretted anything that I've purchased. Maybe a pair of boots. I bought a pair of just like wellies, galoshes, something to wear to walk the dog in, just something to wear out in the yard. I immediately regretted the first pair that I bought, and I stuck the receipt inside of them, and I kept telling myself, we're going to return them, we're going to return them, we're going to return them. By the time I got to return them, it was over a year, and they wouldn't return them. So needless to say, I donated them. Um, Somebody else can use a brand new pair of wellies. They weren't expensive. I mean, I got them at Walmart, so they were not an expensive thing. But yeah, I got them home and I was like, that was really stupid. Why did you do that? The other thing that maybe I regretted buying was years and years and years and years and years ago when I was still a snow bunny skiing. I went out and I bought myself and my daughter brand new ski stuff. And I immediately regretted it because then I realized, oh my goodness, now I have to pay for this. But needless to say, my daughter and I spent lots of really fun weekends on the ski hill. And we put her through ski lessons, her and her best friend, and it all worked out in the end. But yeah, that was a purchase that I impulsively purchased and then regretted it later because I realized, yeah, somehow we have to pay for this. So there's that. So let me find, there we go. It goes right there. All right. What's something ridiculous that should be illegal but isn't? Something ridiculous. Something absolutely ridiculous. that should be illegal, but isn't. I'm not, I really don't know how to answer this one. Something ridiculous. I know. Eating the fruit in the produce section of the grocery store. I remember years and years ago, I would always taste the grapes before I bought them. And then I realized that that was stealing. And I don't know if it is stealing. I mean, you just wanted to make sure that the grapes were good, because I'm really picky about my produce. Very, very picky. I like my grapes to be very, very hard. I like them to snap when you bite into them. Same with my apples, but I don't go around taking bites of apples. I mean, come on, I don't know. I guess eating produce in the grocery store. I don't know if it's not illegal, but eating the produce in the grocery store, that's what I'm going to say. All right. Have you ever spotted anything weird in someone else's home? Okay, so I am that person. I am that one person that notices every little thing, right down to actors' hair being different from scene to scene, and I can pick out all this weird stuff. And I remember going into someone's home, and the weirdest thing I've ever seen was a picture of them with no clothes on. Yeah, just right out in the open, a picture of them with no clothes on. You can't unsee it. It's not something I wanted to see. And I thought that was really odd. Come to find out that that was just a lifestyle. So for them, not for me. Yeah, no, nope, nope, nope. Not in this lifetime would I have a picture of me with no clothes on. I mean, it wasn't a provocative picture or anything like that. It was just a picture of them with no clothes on. Yeah, that was the weirdest thing I've ever spotted in someone else's home. What's the longest, most intricate secret handshake you've ever had with someone? And do you remember it? Well, secret handshakes weren't a thing for us growing up. So I did not have a secret handshake with any of my friends from childhood. But I do know that once you got into high school, there were people who had them, but I did not. So no secret handshakes here. I like watching them sometimes when you're watching some old school TV, and you see them with their funky handshakes and half dance moves, you know, hip to hip at the end or something, or chest bumping or something. But yeah, I didn't have any of that. I had a very small circle of friends, and we were not the handshake type people. So my longest handshake is just a regular extend the hand and shake. Because my dad was really strict with us kids, um, to a point. I did not, as I said in previous videos, have the best of childhoods, but my dad always taught us when you meet somebody that you extend your hand for a handshake. And so that is the extent of my hand shaken, was some of the good things that my dad instilled in us. Because there were a few good things, but there were a whole lot of bad things too. But there were a few good things. That was one of them. What's the most annoying reason you've ever gotten a ticket? What's the most annoying reason you've ever gotten a ticket? Well, I have only had 3 tickets in my whole life. The first one was the day I got my driver's license. Yes, the day I got my driver's license. And I was driving down the interstate and I got pulled over for speeding. And I got a ticket. And I thought for sure I was going to have to do classes because it was the day I got my license. But that was not annoying. I actually had a reason for getting that ticket. I was speeding. So the most annoying reason that I ever got a ticket was I was in a car accident years and years and years and years ago. It was during the Michigan-Ohio State football traffic. And I was driving. The person in front of me slammed on their brakes. I hit them like it was a chain reaction. But everybody but me and the guy in front of me kept on going. They didn't stop. And I got the ticket because I was in the back. And I was so upset because it wasn't my fault. The pileup didn't happen because of me, but everybody else drove off. So it was just me and the guy I hit who stuck around for the aftermath. And of course, I got a ticket. And I was very, very annoyed because I wasn't the reason that the pileup started. There were 4 or 5 cars involved, but I was the only one that stuck around. All right, I don't understand this next question, so I'm going to read it, but I'm going to tell you I don't understand it. So maybe that means I'm too old. Are you team Jeremiah or Conrad? I don't even know who Jeremiah and Conrad are. So if you know who team Jeremiah or team Conrad are, leave me a comment down below and let me know who they are, because obviously it's from a TV show or something and I just don't know what it is. So, so help a girl out, let me know what that is. So the next one is, what kind of Barbie do you think you'd be? What kind of Barbie do I think I'd be? Okay, so back when I was growing up, you only had one kind of Barbie, and it was just Barbie, and she had all her different costumes and whatnot. But as I got older, as my children started to come up into the Barbie phase, we started seeing other ones. So I really liked the mom Barbie, because that would be me, the mom Barbie. They had pregnant Barbie, they had Barbie with babies. I don't know if they were like glorifying teen pregnancy or what, but I would definitely be the mom Barbie. And I think the mom Barbie had a little more weight on her, so that would be me, because I am not hourglass shaped, never have been. So I would go with that one. Like, I wouldn't be the doctor or anything like that. So I would go with the mom Barbie. And so here's another one I can't answer because I'm not a Swiftie. What Taylor Swift era describes your life at the moment? And I would say none, because I don't know any of, I mean, I know some of her songs, but I don't know what era it's from. So I just can't even answer that. Oh my gosh, this group of questions has been rough. Rough, I say rough. And I did not read any of these prior to turning on the camera. So yeah, maybe I wished I had, because some of these are just out of, I don't know, I'm just not of that generation. I'm a little old for this. But it's been fun. It's been fun. So let's move on to the next one. Would you rather see Olivia Rodrigo in concert or receive $1,000 cash? Well, seeing as I don't know who Olivia Rodrigo is, Again, if you know who that is, let me know in the comments. So since I don't know who Olivia Rodrigo is, I would have to go with the $1,000. Now, given that they're offering to go see her in concert or get the $1,000, she must be somebody pretty popular that it would cost close to $1,000 for a ticket. I don't know. But I would take the $1,000 because I don't know who it is. Now, I love a good live music show. If I knew who it was. So there's that. So I'm batting like zeros on this one. Are you overly loyal to any clothing brands? Well, this is a great question. Okay, so we live in a world of designer this, designer that, outlet malls, and all of this. And I have never bought into the designer label. To me, I don't care who makes it. I need whatever I'm wearing to be comfortable, useful, versatile. Whether it's name brand or not, it doesn't matter to me. If I find something that I like, I will pay for it. Whatever it, it doesn't matter what it costs. Okay, I say that, and that's not exactly true. I'm a miser. I am a budgeter. I am a penny pincher. I am all those things. But let's say there's only one kind of jeans that I really, really like, and they're not $25. I'm still going to purchase them because you get what you pay for sometimes. Most of the time, you get what you pay for. But if I like jeans that are not expensive and they work really well for me, then I'm going to go with the non designer label. But am I faithful to any one clothing brand? I am not. I can tell you that there are some clothing brands, not just clothing brands, but there are some brands that I just absolutely will not purchase. And it's a personal preference, and they are going to be name brands. And for my own reasons, I choose not to shop those brands. But am I loyal to anyone? No, I am not. My husband is very loyal to 511 apparel, and that's pretty much all he wears anymore is 511 apparel. I am not. I don't really care, but he likes the way that the shirts fit him. He's not super tall. He's just shy of 6 feet, but his length isn't in his legs. It's in his torso. So we struggled to get him shirts that didn't ride up in the back. So we found 511 brand, and they are made to, some of their stuff is made to conceal if you were to carry a weapon. And so they're a little bit longer, and they work really, really well for him. So I can say my husband is loyal to one brand. I am not. How many of you can say your husband is loyal, but you're not? How weird is that, right? But you find what works. Like I said, you find what works, and you just continue to purchase what works and not what doesn't. Like, I am not about wasting some money on something I'm not going to wear. I can tell you one brand that I am loyal to, and that's Disney. But I can't wear Disney except at Disney. I mean, I could, but You know, to see some old lady all decked out in Disney all the time would kind of be weird. Children can do it, but Disney Parks brand merchandise is really cool to me. Some of it. Anyways, enough about that. Enough about our apparel. Okay. What fictional character do you have beef with? Fictional character that I have a beef with. All right, who do I? Oh, I do not like. Well, it's not even that I don't like her. I have a beef with Maleficent. Maleficent, Disney's Maleficent. The reason that I have a beef with her is because everybody calls her the queen, and she is not the queen. The evil queen is the queen. The original OG queen is the evil queen. And I think Maleficent tried to come into the scene and steal the show and knock the evil queen off of her throne. And in my book, that's not happening. So I would have to say the fictional character that I have a beef with is Maleficent. All right. If you were a car, what kind of car would you be? If I was a car, what kind of car would I be? Okay, so I have owned since 2000. I have been a faithful Hyundai owner. So if I was a car, I would have to be my car, which is a Hyundai, but updated because mine is 7 years old. So I would have to be, oh, I missed a couple. I would have to be an updated version of my car because I love my car. I would buy it again if it wasn't, I mean, I would love for mine to be updated, but I don't want the new model that's out right now because I'm just not a fan of it. So somewhere between my model, I know that the model after mine is when they did all the dash stuff in color and not in black and white. And so my husband bought his car year after mine, and his is all colored. His dash and all of that is in color, and mine is still grayscale. So I would like for mine to be color and have the updated radio, but other than that, I just love my car. So I would just say my car. My car. All right. Are you more afraid of the doctor or the dentist? Well, I'm not afraid of either. I rather enjoy going to the dentist because I love when my teeth are clean. I mean, clean. But I've had some pretty scary health scares here in the last few years, starting in I had a heart attack in 2016. But I did fine after that. And then I had during COVID, if I can say that, during that time, I was diagnosed with some pretty tough stuff to swallow. So my answer to that would be the doctor because every time I go, I just don't know what to expect. I can say that when I went to the nephrologist not too long ago, I got really good news. So, there's good and bad too. There is a really loud truck. Hold on. Okay, I can't see where the noise is coming from, but it sounds like a really big truck. that is somewhere in my neighborhood, like somewhere on my street. It is really loud. All right, here's one of those rivers that I was talking about. Yeah, so this has not been my favorite diamond painting, period. Okay, so we were talking about being afraid of the dentist, or I have had a lot of dental work done in the last 25 years to the tune of probably $30,000. But my goal is to die with my own teeth in my mouth. So that's a goal. It's a goal. So I take pride in my teeth, and I have several that are crowned, and I had braces at 40, and yeah, just all the things so that when I die, I have my own teeth in my mouth. So I would say I am more afraid of what the doctor is going to tell me than what the dentist is going to tell me. All right. Who was your first celebrity crush, and are you still into them? My first celebrity crush was way back in the day, and his name was Leif Garrett. Am I still into him? No, absolutely not. Who I really like now, I have two celebrity crushes, three actually, three celebrity crushes. These are three gentlemen who have aged to perfection. The aging process did them really, really well. And they are Rob Lowe. I absolutely adore him. I adore his story. I just, the comeback kid, I'm just so proud of him. And he has aged like fine wine. He is just beautiful to look at. I could listen to him talk all day long. Yeah, he's amazing. The other one is Sam Elliott, who in my book is perfection. he, he hasn't changed a bit in all these years, except that he's a little older and a little grayer. He is absolutely fabulous. Sam Elliott could talk to me all day, any day. And last is not as big a celebrity as Rob Lowe or Sam, but he rose to fame during the live PD era, and his name is Sheriff Mark Lamb. He is the sheriff of Pinal County in Arizona, and he is absolutely beautiful. He is, I just love him for what he believes, for his faith, not to mention he is awful pretty to look at, and where he wants to see this world go. He is an amazing individual. He has also an amazing wife. I would just love to meet him someday. It would just be, oh my gosh, I probably would be starstruck and not be able to talk. I'd be probably a blubbering idiot. Yep, Mark Lamb, Sam Elliott, and Rob Lowe. Those are my adult crushes to date. Anyways, don't tell my husband, okay? Actually, he already knows. He already knows. All right. What is one band or musician you would love to party with? Band or musician? Oh, I would have to probably say Elliot Yamin. We watched him on or Daughtry. Oh my gosh. Except that Daughtry doesn't play the kind of music that I listen to, so it would probably have to be Elliot Yamin. Elliot Yamin is another one of those rags to riches type stories. He's just overcome a lot, and he is battling with diabetes and all of those things. I would love to sit down and just party with him, just to hang out and just chit chat the night away. Yeah, it would be Elliot Yamin. Oh, or oh my gosh, of course her name is going to escape me at the moment. Violinist. Oh my goodness, I just totally have blanked on her name. Lindsay Sterling. That's it. Lindsay Sterling. I would love to talk to Lindsay Sterling because she is the best violin player I know. She is just amazing. Absolutely amazing. I missed a bunch over here. So yeah, it would be Elliot Yamin or Lindsay Sterling. And then, what is your go-to guilty pleasure song? Okay, it is my go-to. It's going to be Pink. So What? Or I don't remember who sings it at this moment. Oh my gosh, they would ask me questions that would just make my brain turn to mush. Pour Some Sugar on Me. It's not Guns N' Roses. It's, I don't remember. Anyways, Pour Some Sugar on Me. In the Name of Love. Or Pink. So What? I remember when my youngest daughter was, I don't know, she was probably 13, 12 or 13. And for her birthday, we took her on a shopping spree at the mall. And she was so mad at me because I was embarrassing her because that song came on in the middle of the mall and I started dancing and singing. First of all, you don't want me to start singing because the dogs will start howling and, you know, it's not a good thing. I do not sing, or not, I cannot. So I embarrassed her so bad. She was pretending she didn't know who we were. And oh my gosh, it was hilarious. But anyways, that's my Pink song. And Pour Some Sugar on Me is one of those songs that you just roll all the windows down and turn up as loud as you can and just scream it. It is perfect. It's such a good song. Anyways, next. If you could be the best in the world at something, what would it be? If you could be the best in the world at something, I would love, if I was not injured, I would love to be the best in the world at running. I miss it so much since the accident. I have not been able to run and I miss it so much. But I would love to be the best 60 plus runner in the world. That would be amazing. Absolutely amazing. That, or I would love to be able to play the violin and be the best violin player in the world. To be a Lindsay Sterling. Yes, that would be ultimate. I'm telling you, that would be so cool to have people pay to come and listen to you play. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that would be amazing. All right. So next, if you could have a lifetime supply of anything, what would it be? Anything. Absolutely anything. A lifetime supply. How about a lifetime supply of bill money? I'm not asking for a lifetime supply of just $10 bills. I'm just asking for a lifetime supply of bill money, just enough to pay my bills. A lifetime's worth. That would be so cool. That would make the money that you earn from your job would be savings or spending. Yeah. Like if I added up, all of the bills on my budget for a lifetime. But if it had to be a tangible object, what would I want? Like a lifetime supply of craft supplies. I can't pick any one craft because I do so many. Diamond painting is my current obsession, but it is not the only craft that I do. So I would have to say a lifetime supply of craft supplies. Yes, so that I had an unlimited credit card to the craft store that I never had to pay back. That would be the ultimate, don't you think? Oh my goodness. My kids would say something like groceries or gas. Gas would be cool too. You could have a lifetime supply of gas. You'd never have to worry about. I wonder if that means it'd always be in your car. That would be cool. So that you never run out of gas ever. Yeah, that would be kind of neat. Yeah, you know how that one would be answered? Give you an electric car. That'd be a lifetime supply of gas, right? Yeah, I don't want an electric car. Anyways, so what's the worst date you've ever been on? Oh my. Okay, so we have to go back a long ways because I'm old. It's been a long time since I dated. But I remember dating. It was a blind date, and I got to the restaurant where we were meeting, and I sat down. I got there first, and then the gentleman came. They seated him with me, and I kind of like freaked out because the guy looked like my dad, like really similar to my dad. And I was like kind of freaked out. It was like sitting there across the table from my dad. And so, needless to say, there was no second date. Um, yeah, there was no second date. He was not happy with me because he wanted a second date. And I was like, I'm sorry. I just, I didn't tell him you look like my dad because I just couldn't. But yeah, could you tell me in the comments, could you date somebody who looked like your dad? I don't mean that he looked old like my dad. I mean, he just looked like my dad. And so I just couldn't go there. That was probably the worst date, the most the weirdest date, yeah, blind dates. Blind dates are the worst. The absolute worst. Okay. What's your most unpopular food opinion? Oh, okay. So if you've been around my channel much at all, you know that everybody has that one food, right? Most unpopular food opinion is Ketchup. Ketchup should not exist. Ketchup is evil. I can't eat anything that ketchup has touched. Ketchup is awful. I dip my French fries in mayonnaise or hot sauce. I do not. So, and I've told this story before, so I'm sorry if you've already heard this, but I despise ketchup so much that when I'm on a diet and I won't eat French fries. Well, I love French fries, but let's say I was on a diet and I wasn't eating French fries. My husband would order his French fries and he would just squirt the ketchup all over them because he knew then that I wouldn't touch them. So, I mean, good and bad. I couldn't steal a French fry from my husband because, oh, honey, stop. Because he put ketchup all over them. Yuck. Yuck, yuck, yuck. Ketchup is evil. Okay. And have you or someone you know seen your doppelganger? I have not, but I want to say that other people have because I get mistaken for people all the time. All the time. Which I think is really weird. But I must look like somebody. But yeah, people always say, aren't you? Or do you know? Or, that kind of thing. So I used to. I don't anymore. Now I'm just old. Old and looking it. All right. What food do you think would represent each U.S. state? Oh my, you'd have to have a map to do that. I have no idea. I've only lived in 4 states. I'm sorry, 4 states. So Michigan would be fudge. Ohio would be chestnuts, Buckeyes. Ohio, North Carolina would be barbecue. And Virginia, oh my goodness, what? Sweet tea. Sweet tea. And that's really all that I can vouch for. Florida would be citrus, oranges. Yeah, I don't know any of the rest of them because I've never been to those states, and you'd have to have been there to be able to put them together. Oh my goodness, what celebrities would you want to play your parents in a biopic about your life? Oh my goodness. Who would I want to play my parents? My parents are Alan Alda for my dad. My dad looks kind of like Alan Alda. So it would be Alan Alda for my dad and probably Betty White for my mom. Yeah, Alan Alda and Betty White. Yeah, too bad Betty can't do it. Because, yeah, she's not here anymore. But yeah. So those were my questions in this group of questions. And I didn't get very far on this painting because I'm just not that into it. Isn't there a movie about that? I'm just not that into you. Anyways, 15, 16. So I wanted to also share with you that, so I'm working this one out of the bags. So I'm going to bring you out a little bit. Okay, so I'm working this one out of the bags because there were only 30 colors. And I had them just laying in numerical order out on the table. But when I moved the canvas, I moved all of the bags. So yesterday while I was in the dollar store, I can go out a little more even. I bought these little containers. There's 3 of them and they hook together like this. but one of them was pink, and I was like, oh, that would be perfect to hold the baggies. Look at that. In order, starting with number 1, ending with number 30. And yeah, I thought that was the coolest thing ever. For $1.25, I got all 3. So there's a purple, a blue, and a pink. So now I might not kid up some of the canvases that I have that are pre-bagged, because I don't mind working out of the bags. I just didn't have a way of really doing it. So that's really cool. I'm really happy with this. So yeah, Dollar Tree for the win again. I'm telling you, they have just been killing it here lately. They carry my favorite candy there, which is not always easy to find. Tell me in the comments, do you like black licorice? I am a fan of black licorice and black jelly beans, but my favorite licorice candy is Good and Plenty. I love the candy coating outside the black licorice center. Oh my gosh, it is like my favorite. And I have a lot of old school favorites. Excuse me, I am so sorry. So I like Good and Plenty, and I like not in the licorice family. My other 2 favorites are circus peanuts, which are getting harder and harder to find, and orange slices, the jellied orange slices. Orange slices are usually still available everywhere, like in the CVS little bagged candy section. But Dollar Tree has both orange slices and circus peanuts. Oh, they have all 3 and Good and Plenty. So I can get all of my favorites. So most of you know that I am in the process of having a weight loss surgery. It will be in December. So in November, I'll be starting up my restarting my series to Wonderland. I started it way back when they put me on the Trulicity injections, and the Trulicity injections didn't work the way they had hoped, and I didn't lose any weight. So I stopped doing the series. Well, weight loss surgery is going to help. There's no ands, ifs, or buts about it. So I'll start that series then. So I'm doing now what they call food touring, because after weight loss surgery, there's a lot of foods that I'm not going to be able to eat. And one of them is candy, like a whole food group, which is okay. I don't usually eat a whole lot of candy, but here, knowing that I'm not going to be able to have it for a really long time, I catch myself picking it up a little more. So I'm doing the food touring thing. So we're eating some of my favorite things, like my most favorite comfort food of all time is macaroni and cheese. I would take that over my favorite anything any day. I love good macaroni and cheese. I'm not talking about Kraft in a box. I'm talking about homemade, real cheese, macaroni and cheese that comes out of my oven. Yes, I'm talking the real deal. And it is my favorite thing in the whole wide world. And then next is ice cream. So I'm doing the food touring now, and I'm having mashed potatoes and French fries and the things that I won't be able to eat. And so I've been having these cravings because I know that I'm not going to be able to have this stuff later. So the next, I was craving Indian food, which is something I will be able to eat afterwards, because a lot of their food is very healthy. So we went out for Indian last weekend, and the other thing I'm craving is fish and chips, good fish and chips. So we have an Irish pub not far from us. So we'll go there before surgery and get some fish and chips, some good fish and chips. So yeah, I'm doing the food touring thing right now, and it is fun and sad all at the same time because knowing that it's going to be a long time before I get to eat these things again. But that's okay. I mean, we're doing this because I say we, because my husband is kind of on this journey with me. We're doing this so that I can get my back fixed. So, you know, there's reasons for everything. You just don't wake up one day and decide you want weight loss surgery. It was actually suggested to me by the spine surgeon. So that's where I'm at right now. And I don't know how we got on this subject of food touring, but oh, because the dollar store for the win. That's what it was. Dollar store for the win. Yeah, so I did buy yesterday some Good and Plenty. Had to have it because I was there. And yeah, I enjoyed my time in the Dollar Tree yesterday. It wasn't real busy. I stopped on my way home from work, and I came home a little early yesterday. So yeah, it was nice. It was a very nice, pleasant trip to the Dollar Tree. But that's all I have for y'all today. Yeah, I'm really sorry that I didn't get more of this painting done while we were chatting, but I'm just not motivated. It really is one of the worst paintings I've ever done. I say one of because I had one more that probably was worse than this one. But yeah, so anyways, leave me a comment. And I asked a couple of times during the video to leave me the comment down below. So if you'll do that, I'll know that you were watching. And if you stuck around through all the rambling and you're here at the end, leave me a flower emoji. That would be so cool. I would love to see a bunch of flower emojis in my comments. And until next time, have a fab day, everybody.